Welcome back. We're going to continue where we left off from the other video. I don't really feel like scrolling up at the top, so just assume that there's a Condi Tom that is in the previous page, and I'm not dealing with scrolling back and forth to this because this is a lot easier to just do it this way. Okay, so remember, alas, poor Remus has just gotten himself killed by Romulus in a fight, and Romulus said, This will happen to anyone who tries to jump over my walls." One of the apocryphal tales suggests that Romulus actually hit Remus over the head with a shovel, and that's what ended up killing him. But just suffice to say, Remus died, Romulus survived, thus Romulus ended up getting the city named after him. Okay? Alright, so Conditam Arbemab Suo Nomine Ramam Apalawet. All right, so the Conditam, the something having been founded, the Urbem, the city having been founded, nomine suo, from his name, he appellawit Romam, he called Rome. Right, so he called the city having been founded from his name, Rome. Palatium primum, in quo ipse erat educatus munivit. So the Palatium first, right, the Palatine Hill first, in quo ipse erat educatus, on which he himself had been brought up, perfect tense, he munivited. All right, so he fortified this place first. Vocata ad concilium multitudine iorderet, with the river having been crossed. With the multitude having been called to ad concilium, to a council, he iura dedited, he gave laws. This is just sort of a concept in the ancient Roman world that whenever somebody takes over, they basically just start giving out all of these laws. Anyway, so these are you could almost put a semicolon in here if you really wanted to. The idea behind it is basically he's just going to explain all of the things that he is giving law, all of the laws that he is putting out, or that he's giving out right now. Right? Insignia quoque imperii selam currulum togamque praetextam duodecim lictore sumpsit. So insignia, same word in English, insignia of imperii, of command, also. So he gave up these laws, and also he the insignia of imperii, the something of command, the selam curulum, the curule seat, and the togam praetextum, and the toga praetexta, and duodecim lictores, and 12 lictors he took up. Or he sort of, I don't know what you want to say, took for himself, something like that. So basically, he not only took over, but he also gave himself a bunch of really cool insignia or pieces of office, right? So again, I don't really let's just put a colon in here. You have this on your own. You can put a little. Let's do that. Yeah, basically the insignia he takes on, and the insignia that he takes on are the sella curile, which is the curile seat, the toga praetexa, which is a toga that's got a nice little purple dyed border to it, and the lictors are bodyguards that carry around switches and axe. Switches is like a stick, basically, and an axe is an axe, a fasces. Right, asylum apparuit in Monte Capitolino, multi exfinitimis populis profugarant. So he apperuited, he revealed, or he opened, what did he open? He opened asylum, which is asylum, same word in English, right? And he opened this up on the Monte Capitolino, on the Capitoline Hill, right? And then on the Capitoline Hill, quo, you'll note the note here, this is just a little adverb that basically means where, right? He opens asylum on Capitoline Hill, where many exfinitimis populi, so many from the neighboring peoples, profugranted, fled. Right, so there's a bunch of neighbors. They all fled to the Capitoline. They all fled, and he said basically, whoever shows up here can have refuge. I will take you into my city, and we're going to create a city. So people from around the area all sort of showed up on Capitoline Hill. The story goes he actually ended up offering asylum to criminals and people who had done bad things. I mean, kind of like Australia, I guess you could say. And naturally, when he offered asylum to anybody who would show up, lo and behold, guess who showed up? Well, it was a bunch of criminals and bad and like dudes mostly. So he actually doesn't have much in the way of women that shows up, and that kind of poses a problem that we will undoubtedly get into in the next chapter about what happens when you have a bunch of people together and they all happen to be men. Well, it can somewhat pose problems for your society, especially from the procreation of children perspective. Right? Creavit etiam centum senatores qui honoris causa patris appellatis sunt. What else did he do? Well, he also created, what did he create? Centum senatores, 100 senators, qui, who, causa honoris, for the sake of honor, he appellatis sunt, or who were called fathers. Right? So he created also 100 senators who were called fathers for the sake of honor and power. All right, this is a fairly short video, so we'll probably just continue with the next video, which is an explanation for what happens when you have way too many men and not enough women in a society.